All right, so now I'm going to do a problem from section 7.2, and this is about expected value. So expected value is basically an average in the long run. What's going to happen over time? And in the notes that I provided on Blackboard, and we actually talked about this in class, I had an actual applied example with like customers, but this is just a general example. There's no like context essentially, but it's going to be done in the same way. So since I have the ability to use Excel, I'm going to use Excel for this problem as well, but you can definitely write everything out if you would like. So I'm going to copy the data. Okay. And pop over to Excel and paste. Okay. And it pops it in the way the table looked. So expected value is we're going to sum up a bunch of products, which means we're going to do a bunch of multiplication and then add all those numbers together. And what we multiply is we multiply the x value by its probability. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to skip a line. I'm going to put equals, and I want to multiply my x value, which is 2, times the probability associated with that, which is 0.3, and enter. That's 0.6. Here's what's really fantastic about Excel. All right, I set up a little formula, right? It's multiplying this top cell by this bottom cell. And I want to do that for all of these, but I don't want to have to type this in 1,000 times. And we've done this in class. See this little bottom box? So I have this little white cross here. Look right above it. There's this little box in the bottom corner of this cell. Hover over that, and you'll notice a little black cross pops up. Once that little black cross pops up, click, hold on to your click, and drag. I'm going to drag all the way down to the last column. And what that just did, let's look at this one in column C. Look, it's using the correct formula. It's multiplying the top by the bottom. Let's look at column D, same thing. My x by the probability. On and on and on. So here are all my values where we just multiplied these numbers. One last step is add all these numbers together. So equals sum. We definitely talked about that formula in class. It's probably been a while, but I know at one point we talked about it. So equals sum. Don't forget the parentheses. And what do we want to sum up? What do we want to add together? We highlight that. So click on, in my case, it's B4, and I'm going to click and drag till I get to the end. I want to add up all these numbers, and we get 4. So just in case, for those that don't feel comfortable using Excel for this problem, let me go ahead and pop over to OneNote and show you how we can do it here. Let me size things up so we can see all the values. Okay. So if you're handwriting this out, what you're doing is you're multiplying the x by its probability. So we have like 2 times 0.3. And then we're going to add that to the next column, the multiplication of the next. So 3 times 0.1 plus 4 times 0.2 plus 5 times 0.1 plus 6 times 0.3. And I already did the calculation in Excel, so I'm not going to go that far with this problem, but this is what it looks like if you're trying to do this by hand, and then you just make all these little multiplications, and then you add up the number. And we had 4 as our answer, I believe, right? So let's just double check that that actually works. And it does. All right. So again, expected value is just an average. We found an average for this discrete variable. Like in the long run, x usually is going to equal 4 on average. Again, it's a little bit better if there's context to the problem, but in this case, we just don't have any context. The problem is what it is. All right. I hope you find that helpful. Have a great day.